What's happening, everybody? It's Friday. We got weigh-ins done for. We got the Cachoeira Silva fight done for. Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week done for. But we've still got time to put together a greasy 4-leg parlay for this week. I'd like to thank all of you guys for joining me. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And join that Patreon. Got the best statistics and analytics in the game. Super cheap. And we're going to be adding new products, which is something I'm going to be working on today. And for those of you who are on the Patreon, I'm going to have the UFC 288 stats out in about an hour. And I will have the prop template for next week's fights out in a couple hours after that. A lot of work to do here, but we've still got a card this week that we have to worry about. So let's put together a really greasy, and I'm talking really greasy 4-leg parlay this week, you guys. If we're going to throw together these parlays, let's have some fun, man. I mean, they don't hit that often because they're usually around 10-1, but if we can get this one hitting, it's going to be about 12-1. So I'm really fired up to give this one to you guys. What's up to everybody in the chat? We've got my guy Brady in here saying, "Oh, what's up, Brady?" We got Rousus in the room saying, "Oh." And we got You Can't Be Snerious in the room saluting. What's up, dude? Good to see you in here. We got Dave Bandit saying, like, let's see what Uncle pull out from the hat. No hat, just got the hair. Just got the hair here. But I don't have any foreign objects in my hair. I'm just ready to hit these spots that I see on the sheets right now. We got Gogo Flamingo in the room. We got Dizzy Spider in the room saying, Weezy, oi, hope you didn't F me on Gomez, bruh. Well, we'll see, dude. I mean, fight still has to happen. I've got the money on Gomez. I got one unit at plus 180. I was really a lot more confident about Cachoeira going out there and getting that win, but that was nasty that she wasn't able to make weight once again. Too bad. And then let's get greasy then says You Can't Be Snerious. Let's go. All right, you guys. We're going to share my screen here so that you can see the DraftKings screen, and let's get this up. And let's start with leg one, which is a nice fat plus money line here. It is going to be Carol Hosa by decision at plus 165. That is fatter than Norma Dumont's ass. So let's get that as the first leg of the parlay. Look, Dumont is okay, but Carol throws a ton of volume. She's the more willing wrestler. She's fought. She's been a lot more busy lately, and she's fought for longer. She's more experienced. She's probably fought a little bit better brand of competition, I would say, although it's close. But and also we know that Carol Hosa is not finishing anybody at this level. So if we go to winning method here and we scroll down to Carol Hosa to win by decision at plus 165, that starts us off with a nice thick first leg of this parlay to get this thing nice and juicy for later on, for when we're going to have a little bit easier spots to hit. If I show you the stats here, this is all available on the Patreon, everybody. Here we go. Rosa Dumont. We can see that Carol Hosa is 4 years younger. We can see that she's got 10 more professional fights, about the same amount of time in the UFC cage. She throws 18 distance strike attempts per minute, while Norma Dumont only shows 10. And she outlands her opponents by about 2.2 significant strikes per minute, while Dumont does about the same. Really good striking defense for Norma Dumont at 73%, but it's Hosa who's a lot more accurate here. Both of these ladies don't have fantastic wins. 0.7, 0.83 are the ratios. Dumont's probably fought a little bit better brand of competition. Hosa's fought the little more experienced brand of competition. But I like this spot for Carol. I really do think that she's got more paths to victory here than Dumont does. We're going to see Carol Hosa probably mix in some wrestling, be the busier striker. So I think she'll wind up getting the nod here for this decision. Now, the second leg to this parlay is going to be another fat plus money number, but it's a spot I really like. It is the under 1.5 rounds for Wells versus Semmelsberger at plus 140. And if we go up here to the prop template, which is available also only on Uncle Weezy's Patreon, we're going to see an under 1.5 number here is about 41% on the implied probability of the line here. And that's plus 145. So if we get this down to plus 140, it'll be 41.67%. Now, about 33% of fights do go under 1.5 rounds in the welterweight division. So we're overpaying by about 8.24% there. But all three of Wells's fights have finished under 1.5 rounds, 2 of 7 for Semmelsberger. And it's the same under 1.5 rate as it is for fight doesn't go to decision rate. So for both of these guys, when they do finish fights, it's in the first half of the fight. Wells absolutely comes out blasting like Yosemite Sam. So I really do expect this to be a war right from the start. Wells throws with 100% power in all of his strikes. I could see him getting tired if he doesn't get the finish in the first. See Semmelsberger get him out of there early in the second. And I also think that both of these guys have finishing equity in the first. So even though only 50% of their fights have went under 1.5, that's still 8.33% cheaper than the implied probability of the line. And that 50% under 1.5 rate is actually 16.57% better than the 33.43% benchmark for the division. So these guys go under 1.5 rounds at a much higher rate than the benchmark, and their 10-fight sample size priced at 50% is a lot better than that 41% implied probability of the line. So we're getting a bit of a discount here, and that can set us up for the second line being this alternate, or no, it will be the total rounds here. And it's going to be 140 there for the under 1.5. That brings this two-leg parlay up to plus 536. Now, if we go to the alternative total rounds, we're going to find leg 3 of this parlay, which is going to be the over 1.5 rounds for Tavares versus Silva. If we go here to the prop template once again and bring up the Tavares Silva, see, we got the over 1.5 line here at minus 205. 67.2% is what we're paying here. 62.8% of middleweight fights that are scheduled for 3 rounds go over 1.5 rounds since the year 2013. We're overpaying by about 4.39% there when we compare this implied probability of the line to the benchmark of the division. However, Tavares has had 15 fights in the UFC, and 13 of them have went over 1.5 rounds. Even Bruno Silva's fights have went over 1.5 rounds 3 out of the 5 times. So when you add that up, you've got 16 of their 20 combined fights have went over 1.5 rounds. In addition to that, I don't think that either of these guys, I know that Tavares has been knocked out 3 times at the UFC level, but Tavares doesn't really knock people out at this level, and Bruno Silva's never been knocked out. And we also know that Brad Tavares is an extremely durable fighter, and he's also good defensively. So I really like this fight going over 1.5 rounds, underpriced by about 13% when we compare it to the benchmark of the division, and underpriced by about 17% when we see that 80% of their fights are finishing over or going over 1.5 rounds when it's only 62% for the division. So a nice cheap line here to get the leg 3 at minus 205 for the over 1.5 rounds for Tavares versus Silva. That is leg 3. That brings us up to plus 846. And then leg 4, we go to round props up here, and we're going to go to the main event. And we're going to say that the fight doesn't start round 3. So we go to start, it's under round props, and to start round X, and we scroll down to the main event. Here we see Pavlovich versus Blaydes. Fight to start round 3? No, minus 280. That brings this to plus 1184 here. So yeah, Pavlovich, Blaydes doesn't start round 3, or yeah. If we get this up here, we can see the fight doesn't start round 3. was at minus 225. Now it's at minus 280. And we could see that 5 of Curtis Blaydes' 6 fights have not went to round 3 when they've been scheduled for 5 rounds. That's 83%. We're only paying 73% here. In addition to that, we know that Sergey Pavlovich in 5 UFC fights has never even seen a second round. So, and we've also seen that Pavlovich, when he does have somebody on top of him, doesn't have much in order to be able to get back up. And that's terrifying against a guy like Curtis Blaydes. So I could see either one of these guys getting their opponent out of there early. Even, almost 60% of heavyweight fights don't even start round 3 that are scheduled for 5 rounds. So even the benchmark is only overpriced by about 15% here. But we know between Blaydes and Pavlovich, even for 3-round fights, is much better than 73%, because we got 100% for Pavlovich here. So I love that spot, and it's underpriced here. It's underpriced here. It's a cheap line still, and it gives us a really good hedge out at the end of the night should those first 3 legs kick. Then we got a plus 200 for the fight starts round 3, and we can just arb out and make sure that we lock in some profit here on this parlay at plus 1184. I think it's a really fat one for this week. And, since the Rosa Dumont fight is a coin flip, but the bookies are telling us it's got like an 80% chance to go to decision, why not just bet either Dumont to win by decision or Hosa to win by decision there? So we've got that. And I love the under 1.5 rounds for Semmelsberger Wells. We're getting a fat plus money number there, but we haven't seen either of these guys finish after the 1.5 round mark anyway in the UFC. So why not get the plus money number for their best finishing condition, which is round 1, first half of round 2. So there we go, you guys. 4-leg parlay plus 1184 on DraftKings Sportsbook. We got Eric the Red in the room saying, "What's up, everybody? Good luck to all." Good luck to you, Eric. Thanks for checking in, brother. We got Sean V saying, "An Uncle Weezy Greasy 4-legger." Let's go, man. You Can't Be Sneery is saying, "WMMA starting real slippery." I like it. I like it. There we go, man. Oh, he sends Prism Midshift 2225 from work. And we got Go Flamingo saying, "Smash the like, peeps." Let's do it. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out the Patreon where we get, wait, what just happened here? Weezy, a whole unit on this? I never put a whole unit on these parlays, dude. I put a half unit on these parlays, just because, they're you can go on long losing streaks when you're betting these plus 1,000. So you want to be able to, make it small and have it be a small part of your action. Even a quarter unit's good for these parlays. So, and Prince of Mischief's right. Like and subscribe. I think the reason that we haven't cashed one of these recently is because you guys aren't liking and subscribing. So if you were to all like and subscribe this video, I'm sure that this one's cashing. And at plus 1184, we're all going to be rich. So appreciate all of you guys for hanging out. I wanted to make this one a quick one. Let's stack cash tickets like flapjacks for UFC Vegas 71. Join the Patreon, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Good luck to all of you guys with all of your bets on Saturday. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you on Sunday as usual. Pub Sports Radio, 6:15 Central Time for Stat Diggers and my man DFS by the numbers. Check us out there, and we will talk to you guys soon. Good luck on all your bets for UFC Vegas 61. Good night, everyone.